Greetings, travelers, and welcome to the Fairy Tavern. My name is Matthew, and I'm with my friend Isaac.
Oh, I'm Isaac, also co-host of the podcast, and we're here with a special guest, our friend Jacob and former roommate.
Hey everybody, I'm Jacob. Glad to be here.
Yep.
Yeah. Welcome to the Fairy Tavern. How do you like it in this magical establishment?
You know, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. There's, all kinds of different, mystical, magical creatures here, and I'm glad to be here and experience it.
Yeah. I was talking to this fish. Well, and it's kind of weird because we were like not in the water, but I think his name was like Mario or something. He was looking for his son. So
I think I encountered him as well. Honestly, I couldn't help him. I had no information about his son.
Yeah,
so.
the guy's kind of crazy.
I just, funny enough, encountered a goblin whose name was also Isaac.
That's crazy.
Nice. Is your alter ego?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a common goblin name. That's interesting.
It is.
But yeah, speaking of fairies, we are going to get right into today's episode. So I'll let Isaac do the intro.
Okay. We're doing as our fourth book for our little intro into like the breadth of the literature that we're covering. For the fourth book, we're doing Henry Glassey's Irish Folktales. This episode's just going to be a little more fun. It's not going to be anything that's like, summarize this long story and talk about it and there's reflection and stuff. We're going to have a little more fun with this because the whole book is just all these short stories of people who lived in Ireland during the 70s and the 80s that Henry Glassey went and studied and got their stories from. Henry Glassey himself was born in Virginia, represent, in 1941. His whole career has been centered around finding the meaning in the lives and words of everyday folk, farmers, craftsmen, storytellers, and showing that their stories have as much depth and beauty as any novel. And I think we really see that in this book. This is one of my favorite books. It is so cool. It's so fun to read. And it's like he didn't really change what the stories were. He just put them down on paper exactly how the people told him. And you can really read that in when you read those stories. He started studying folklore in the American South, but crossed the Atlantic into Northern Ireland in the 1970s, right in the middle of the Troubles, which was a long period of conflict between Protestants and Catholics. Now, imagine bombs going off, soldiers in the streets, people divided by religion and politics. I love God while I love the president of Ireland. Yet in the middle of all that, in small towns and farmhouses, people were still sitting around the fire, sharing stories about fairies, saints, clever tricksters, and whatever else they thought whimsical or interesting. And for Henry Glassey, these tales were ways for people to hold on to their identity and humanity when everything around them was falling apart. His passion for preserving these lifelines is what eventually became his book, Irish Folktales. And what's beautiful about this collection, I think, is that Glassey doesn't polish or rewrite the stories, like I said. He just, to make them sound literary, he just records them in the voices of the people who told them. Their humor, their rhythm, their turns of phrase. I mean, it's very evident in this book. That's what I love so much about it. He treats folklore as living art, not as a museum piece, and through that, he captures the soul of Irish storytelling, something earthy, poetic, and deeply moral, all at once. Glassey once said himself, history begins with the story of the poor, and I think that line really captures what he's all about. He believed personally that if you want to understand a culture, you don't start with kings or presidents. You start with the people who build the houses, sing the songs, and tell the stories at night when the work is done. And that is what Irish Folktales gives us, the heartbeat of a people told through their imagination. Now, before we get into the book, a couple things. First of all, we now are using 2 microphones.
Yeah,
I know.
They said it wasn't possible.
I'm watching our audio while we record, and it looks like it's peaking.
Ooh.
Yep.
It tends to do that.
It does tend to do that. We are so new to this. Please be merciful
We can fix it in the editing.
Pietà.
Fix it in post.
I don't know how, but just if this is unlistenable, it'll still be up on the internet for you to listen to it. Yeah. Maybe
Just
if you're like,
play it
I
silently.
really want some pain today, you can listen to this episode.
At the gym, it'll really drive you as the
Did you,
blasting vocals.
I didn't want to. When I was reading the intro, it was talking about this dude named Crocker. There's like several dudes who are like introducing the story, but it reminded me of like Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. And I was wondering if there was actually like a connection there, because Crocker, he was all about gathering these stories about fairies in Ireland. And I would just wonder if the character of Mr. Crocker is.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's funny.
But yeah, this, Crocker lore. I love it.
Deep dive in Crocker lore.
Is that all you got, Isaac? Or
No,
are you ready?
the first thing was just that our audio may sound really bad today. And just, again, Pietà, please have grace. Yeah, and also help. I know there's comments that can be put on Spotify, where one of the platforms this podcast goes. If you know anything about audio or what we're doing wrong, you can, see my computer through remote viewing and see what's happening. Just let me know. And then another thing is, due to copyright laws, we can't verbatim tell the stories in this podcast, which is horrible and so unfortunate, because most of the excitement about these stories is to share exactly how they are with you. However, we still want to talk about this book. I love this book and would still want to encourage you, the listener, to go read this book. It's a wonderful read. It's one of my favorite reads. And that being said, instead of reading you the stories, we're going to turn this episode into a little game, and Matthew's going to be our host.
Yes, we are doing a challenge. So the two of you, Isaac and Jacob, are going to face off against each other in an epic battle. The name of the game is that you have to guess what happens next in the story.
I'm excited.
This is good.
So there's going to be a series of multiple questions that I will ask as I tell the story, and whoever gets the most questions right at the end wins. I don't know what you win. I'll think of something, gift card,
okay. A high five. I don't know.
But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first story that we are going to cover today is called The King of Ireland's Son. And this is by far the longest story in the book. And it's a really nice story, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. All right. So, a long time ago, on a cold winter's day, the King of Ireland shot and killed a raven while hunting. The king looked at the blackness of the bird, the redness of the blood, and the whiteness of the snow, and thought of his dream girl.
That's what I do when I look at a dead bird.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds
So, that is, he wished to marry a woman with hair as black as the raven, skin as white as the snow, and cheeks as red as the blood. The king's son put himself under a vow that he would not eat at the same table twice, or sleep in the same house twice, until he found a woman who looked like that. However, there was only one woman in the world who looked like that, and she lived far in the east.
She was a dead raven.
Well, don't spoil it. So, the king's son set off to find the woman the next day, taking 20 pounds with him for money. As he went east, he came across a funeral. However, a man came to the funeral claiming that the dead man, had a debt of 5 pounds. Because of this, the family was distraught because they had no money, and it was a rule in Ireland that a man could not be buried if his debts were not paid. The King of Ireland's son gave 5 pounds to pay the debt. Then another man in like manner came up to the dead man, claiming another debt of 5 pounds. The King of Ireland's son paid the other 5 pounds. With 10 pounds left, he set again off on his journey. Soon after, he was greeted by... Okay, this is the first question. Who is the King of Ireland's son greeted by? Option 1, a very large green man with strange ears.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Option 2, a little green man.
Oh, okay.
With strange ears.
I won't say. Option 3, a large man in a bat suit.
Okay.
Option 4, a little black cat with green eyes.
So, Shrek, aliens, Batman, or a black cat.
Basically.
Seeing as how I've never read this before, I don't know how strange it's gonna get. I feel like the most standard answer would be the black cat, so I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna guess the little green man.
Okay. Oh, also try to remember your scores.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I
I can type it.
There you go.
Isaac gets that one. It is
Yeah.
a little green man.
That's okay. Okay. Now I know what's going on. Now I'm on the same page. Here we go.
All right. Yes, he was greeted by a little green man. The little green man offered to help the King of Ireland's son. The son, in return, promised that the green man would get the first kiss of his wife when he should get her. So that was his wages. The two continued along until they came across question 2.
Oh, goodness.
Who did they come across? Option 1, a man with a pickaxe. Option 2, a fairy with a bazooka. Option 3, a man with a gun. Option 4, an old witch brewing a potion.
Oh, goodness.
Who did he come across?
When were these stories, collected?
Like the 70s and 80s.
Okay. I'm gonna probably avoid the bazooka. What was the first option?
A man with a pickaxe.
Now I'm going with the man with the gun.
I'm gonna go with the man with the pickaxe.
Jacob gets that one.
Dang it.
It is a man with a gun. All right. They came across a man with a gun who was aiming it at a blackbird all the way in the eastern world.
Whoa.
So really far.
That's incredible.
It is far. Wow.
The little green man suggested to the King of Ireland's son that they take this gunman into their service. He promised in return to give the gunman a place for a house and a garden. Then they walked along until they came across something else. All right, what did they come across? Option 1, a white dog with bright red eyes. Option 2, a man listening to the grass grow. Option 3, a talking fox. Option 4, a man tasting rocks. I can repeat
Tasting
them.
rocks?
Tasting rocks.
Tasting rocks. We have the alien, we have the gunman, and
It really could go anywhere.
really could go any direction now. I'm gonna go with the man watching the grass grow.
Okay, what say you?
What were they again?
Option 1.
Oh, wait. I just remembered. I'll go with the fox. That's pretty. I feel like that's a
Pretty-
big mythology thing. Yeah.
It was only a red herring. Jacob got that one. It's a man listening to grass grow.
I've read this book before.
I'm just that
Yeah.
good, guys.
To be fair, I would not have expected that either.
It's my Irish bloodline speaking through me.
So, they took the man who was listening to the grass grow into their service, and in return, the king's son promised to give him a house and a garden. They continued, and they had not gone far until they came upon someone else.
We got the whole fellowship here. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the dream team. All right. Option 1, a man with 1 foot on his shoulder. Option 2, a woman with no legs walking on her hands. Option 3, a giant with tiny hands. Option 4, a pale woman with black hair and red cheeks.
Surely we haven't reached the end of the story yet. It can't be that simple. I really want it to be the giant with small hands, so I'm gonna go with that.
I'm going to say it's the woman.
Okay, both of you missed that
Dang
one.
it.
It's the man with 1 foot on his shoulder.
I don't even know what that looks like in my head.
So this man with 1 foot on his shoulder, he was keeping hares. The man told them that if he put both feet on the ground, he would move so fast that he would be out of sight. So basically, he just runs so fast that he's like, I just
have to keep one foot on the ground instead. Okay.
So the King of Ireland's son took this man into his service, promising him the same reward as the other two. They set off again. They had not gone far until they met
everyone and their grandmother. They're meeting everyone in Ireland.
Option 1, an elf with anger issues. Option 2, a man whose voice could shatter rocks. Option 3, a man blowing a windmill with his nose. Option 4, a man starting a fire with his farts.
Okay. So we have the alien. We have the gunman. We have the grass listener. Now we have the man with one foot on his shoulder.
Mm.
Adding to this group, we're going to go with the rock shattering. That's what we're going to go with.
I think I got a pretty educated guess here. The windmill guy. Feel like that sounds exactly like something that would be in this book.
Isaac got it.
Oh yeah.
It's a tied ball game now.
So, it was a man who was blowing a windmill with one nostril.
Incredible.
The King of Ireland's son asked the man why he was covering his other nostril. He said that if he used both nostrils, he would blow the windmill down. So powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
So the King of Ireland's son decided to take this man into his service as well, promising the same reward. They continued east until they came upon someone else. Wow. Yeah, a lot of characters. All right. So, option 1, a man throwing a spear. Option 2, a man who is jumping over the hill. Option 3, a man breaking stones with his thigh. Option 4, a man breaking down a wall with his head.
See, the pattern here is like, if I use both legs, I'd run too fast. If I use both nostrils, I'd knock the building down. If I... What was the third option?
Of the question, this question, a man breaking stones with his thigh.
If I used both thighs, I would, I don't know.
Destroy the world.
The world. Right, I would destroy the world.
Is that your
That's going to be
guess?
my answer.
Okay.
That's going to be my answer.
I'll pick who's the second guy?
A man who was jumping over a hill.
I'll pick that one.
Okay, Jacob gets that one. Yeah, he's
Thigh
the logic
rock
right there was
crusher.
Yeah.
sound.
He's an expert at Irish folktales.
If there can be one.
He should be doing this. All right, now we got a little bit more story.
Okay.
All right, the King of Ireland's son asked the man why he was breaking stones with one of his thighs. The man responded by saying that if he used both thighs, he would pulverize the stones into powder.
Yes.
This man was also taken into their service. Now, the son of the King of Ireland, the short green man, the gunman, the earman, the footman, the blowman, and the guy breaking stones with his thigh set off together for the east. The dream team. The original Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
As the day rolled into evening, they were looking for a place to stay for the night. And wouldn't you know it, they came upon a castle where a giant lived. The little green man went up to the door of the castle, while the others stayed back. The green man took out something called the pole of combat, also known as the Kulaya Korik.
Okay.
With this pole, he knocked on the door so loud that there was not any person or animal in the area that did not turn over 3 times when they heard that great sound. The giant came out and spoke to the green man, saying, "I feel the smell of a melodious lying Irishman under my little sod of country." However, the little green man responded by saying that if the giant did not let them stay for the night, that his master would come and strike the head off the giant. As he was saying this, the green man began to swell in size until he was as large as the castle. Then the giant was afraid and asked the green man to hide him from his master. So the giant was put under a lock and key while the travelers stayed in the castle for the night.
Man.
We're just going to gloss over that? The green man can grow to the size of a castle?
Oh, he's going to do a lot of
awesome.
things. Yeah.
It's because he's getting the first kiss from the guy's, dream girl. I don't know why he got the
do
different
anything for a
thing.
kiss. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
But there's a lot of story left. So, while they were there, they spent a third of the night telling tales, another third telling Finian tales, and the last third actually sleeping. Before they left in the morning, the green man unlocked the giant, but he asked the giant to give him one item. All right, and this is the next question. What was the item that he asked for? Option 1, a bag with endless space. Option 2, an old cap. Option 3, a silver crown. Option 4, a leather belt.
I feel like it's just strange enough for it to be the old cap.
I think you were just specific enough and not specific on the other things enough that I'm going to say it's the bag.
Jacob gets that one.
It's the old cap?
It's the old cap.
No way.
I think the bag with endless... I think it's from the Mabinogion somewhere. I remember.
The bag of holding.
There's a bag. But, yeah, Jacob's logic is good. he's on to me.
My logic or lack thereof, let's be honest.
All right, make sure you remember your guys' scores.
Oh, right. I got it right.
Don't take me out of points.
The green man took the old cap, which the giant said would make one invisible to others when you put it on your head. Okay. So, very useful.
Right.
The group continued on their journey.
I thought you said an old cat. I was like, that's not it.
An old cat.
Definitely not it. I had an advantage there.
Yeah.
All right. The group continued on their journey all day until it became evening again. They found another castle where a giant lived, and this giant was the brother of the first giant.
Of course.
The short green man knocked on the door with the Kulaya Korik again, and the giant came out. The giant looked at the little man and said, "Large for one mouthful, but small for two mouthfuls." However, as he was speaking, the little green man grew to the size of the castle. The giant, being afraid like the other, let them stay for the night.
Very nice.
Again, they spent a third of the night telling Finian tales, the other thirds telling other tales, and the last third they finally slept. When they left in the morning, the green man got from this giant another item. All right, next question. What was the item? Option 1, a pair of slippers that lets you teleport at will. Option 2, a belt that makes you indestructible. Option 3, a potion that makes you irresistible to women. Wish I had that. Option 4.
Very pertinent to this situation.
Fair enough.
Option 4, the Holy Grail.
Definitely can't be the Holy Grail. That's a English thing. I think Isaac is onto something with the love potion being pertinent, but I'll let him take that because I
don't want it.
You don't want it? I want it then. I'm taking the love potion.
He's going to fall in love with a giant. I think it's the belt. I think that is just Irish enough.
Okay.
All right. Unfortunately, you're both wrong.
Oh.
It's the pair of slippers that lets you teleport at will.
That seems like an absolutely broken thing to have. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, the little green man's OP.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Yes, so it was a pair of slippers that lets you teleport to whatever place you think of in your mind, but you have to say the words high over.
Okay.
So, the son of the King of Ireland and his companions continued traveling all day until the evening. They came to another castle where a third giant lived, who was the brother of the other giants.
What kind of place is this?
I'm never going to Ireland.
After knocking on the door with the Kulaya Korik, the giant answered, saying, "I feel the smell of a melodious lying Irishman under the little sod of my country."
Just the same giant 3 times.
He just changed his clothes.
Moving from one place to another.
But the little green man swelled until he was the size of the castle.
He needs to get a different party trick.
And so, in like manner, the giant became afraid and let them stay in the castle for the night. Then they spent most of the night telling stories like the other 2 nights, and only a third enjoying true sleep. As they left in the morning, the little green man asked the giant to give him an item. What was this item? Option 1, a potion that can put someone to sleep. Option 2, an old rusty sword that can cut through anything. Option 3, a magic shilling that appears back in your hand after you've spent it. Option 4, a small sphere holding inside a pocket-sized monster that you can summon to battle.
guys, I really wanted to be that.
The origin of Pokemon.
Right.
It's
There's
actually Irish.
absolutely no way that's the answer, despite how much I wish it was.
Yeah.
What was the third option?
It was a magic shilling that appears back in your hand after you've spent it.
That sounds like something the Irish would
I was
want.
going to say that too. What was the first two?
A potion that can put someone to sleep.
And the second one?
An old rusty sword that can cut through anything.
I might go with number 1, the potion. If it's not the shilling, which I think it is, then probably the potion.
Unfortunately, you're both wrong.
What?
It was the old rusty sword that can cut through anything.
Wow. You came up with the shilling
So-
piece yourself?
Your logic was not entirely flawed. That actually comes from another story. In this.
Okay,
So I was being really sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't entirely wrong. I was just wrong enough to be wrong.
Your Irish instincts weren't totally
Yeah.
wrong. So it was an old rusty sword that can cut through anything. And it was under the corner of the giant's bed, hidden. The giant gave them the sword, and they were off. They kept on going. By the time
There's no
evening
way
came,
they'd get to another castle, man.
they were finally in the eastern world. As the day came to a close, they were met by... Who were they met by?
It's got to be the woman.
A
Finally,
great
we're right.
castle with high walls
Oh,
is option 1.
not another
Option
castle.
2, St. Patrick.
Oh,
Option 3, a pale woman with black hair and red cheeks.
yeah, here we are.
Option 4, the Spanish Inquisition.
No one ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. You know, I feel like we've hit a lot of castles. It's gotta be that we've arrived at, and there's his dream woman. She's there. That's my guess.
It's another castle.
No, please,
Jacob's right.
Yes.
It was the dream woman.
guys, I'm on a roll.
It was the woman.
Dang.
the only woman like that in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman asked the son of the King of Ireland what their business was. The man responded by saying that they were there to take herself as a wife.
Oh,
So we're here.
They were there.
yeah, group wedding. I don't.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But she said, "You must get me only if you release me from my Gisa," which is like a magical vow. And so they have to do something. Then the woman did something next. I phrase this in a weird way. What did the woman do next? Option 1, kissed him. Option Option 2, gave him a pair of scissors. Option 3, turned into a snake. Option 4, asked him to weed her garden.
The little green man has not yet gotten his kiss, so I don't think it's that one.
Okay.
Because he was supposed to go first in a very strange arrangement. I think she's going to turn into a snake. I think her vow is she's a snake.
Okay. What do you think, Isaac?
Scissors.
The woman gave the son of the King of Ireland a pair of scissors.
Oh,
So
Yeah, he
Isaac
did.
was right in that one.
no snakes.
The challenge was that he must keep the pair of scissors to give back to her in the morning.
Oh.
And if he lost the scissors, his head would be struck off. That would be his fate.
This seems not as difficult as I'm sure it's going to be.
But the woman placed the pin of slumber under his head. And while the king's son slept, the woman took the scissors from him and gave them to the king of poison.
Who was just there for some
He's a
reason.
character, yeah. This kind of reminds me of like Samson and Delilah. where it's
Yeah, the
Philistines, yeah.
scissors and the yeah.
So she wanted the king of poison, to have the scissors for her in the morning. However, while the king of poison slept, the little green man snuck past, wearing the magical cap and slippers and holding the rusty sword. So he's got all his
He's
gear.
decked out with gear.
All
yeah.
his paraphernalia.
Yeah.
What did the little green man do? Option 1, he cut off the head of the king of poison.
That seems
Option 2, he poisoned the king of poison. Option 3, he sneakily stole the scissors. Option 4, he summoned an army of the undead.
fair. I mean, I feel like the simple answer here is that he just cuts off his head. I'm not sure you can poison the king of poison. So I'm going to go with the sword. He uses the sword, he cuts off his head.
Okay.
I think he steals the scissors first.
Okay. Isaac's right. He steals the scissors.
Why did he even bring the sword then?
A diversion.
Yeah.
But it's in the story itself. So after stealing the scissors, the short green man brought them back to the son of the king of Ireland. Now, the woman hoped that he wouldn't have the scissors. And then there's this weird reference to, in the morning, she had 70 of heads on spikes all around the castle who were apparently people who were looking for her.
Wow.
And he hoped that the son of the king of Ireland's head would be one of those heads.
Everybody
on
has the
spikes.
same type, and she keeps killing them.
So, she's got a lot of deaths.
Is he still like, yes, I want to marry you after seeing this?
Yes.
Oh my.
That wouldn't be much of a story if it wasn't. Yeah, however, in the morning, he gave her back the scissors, to her surprise. So, the woman is like, okay, you've got another challenge for the next night. Next, the woman gave him a comb and told him he must keep it to give her in the morning. However, after the woman,
King of Poison's gonna
putting the pin of slumber under his head, took the comb and gave it to the king of poison again.
Where is she getting all this stuff?
It's a good question. However, that night, the short green man came and took the comb, as he had the scissors the night before, and he gave it back to the son of the king of Ireland to give to the woman. In the morning, he gave it back to the woman in like manner. On the third night, the man told the son of the king of Ireland, the woman on the third night told the son of the king of Ireland that he could only have her if, in the morning, he had the head of the one whose hair was combed with that comb. That night, the woman again stole the comb away and gave it to the king of poison to keep the comb from being stolen from the king of poison. So, what did the king of poison do? This is to keep the comb safe. Option 1, he swallowed the comb. Option 2, he threw it down a deep well. Option 3, he locked it up, putting 60 locks on the door. Option 4, he gave it away.
He probably swallowed the comb. This
Okay.
is where the sword's gonna come in, guys. I'm predicting it right now.
I think he threw it down the well.
You're both wrong.
What?
He locked it up, putting 60 locks
Wow.
on the door.
This is where the teleporting slipper is.
Yeah.
So it says he put it in like a rock of stone. I don't know if it's like a stone tomb, but he put 60 locks on it.
Whatever it
And
was.
then the king of poison himself sat outside guarding it. That night, the short green man came before with the cap and the slippers and the sword. And what did the little green man do next?
He definitely became the size of a castle and scared him. I'm calling it.
Option 1, he struck the rock with the sword and took the comb. Option 2, he revealed himself to the king of poison, only to find out that the king of poison is the king of Ireland's father, or the son of the king of Ireland's father, I'm sorry. Option 3, he convinced the king of poison to give him the comb. Option 4, he used the king's head to break the rock and take the comb.
I'm gonna keep banking on the sword use. Like I'm hedging my bets on the sword.
Okay. What do you think?
What were the other choices again?
He revealed himself to the king of poison, only to find out that the king of poison is actually the son of the king of Ireland's father. Option 3, he convinced the king of poison to give him the comb. Option 4, he used the king's head to break the rock and take the comb.
I think it's number 1, but I'll say number 4. He uses the king's head to break the stone.
Okay, it was option 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, the little green man struck the rock with the rusty sword and took the comb. With a second swing, he lopped off the head of the King of Poison, and brought both the comb and the head back to the son of the King of Ireland to give to the woman. In the morning, the woman was enraged that he was successful. However, she was not done yet.
Oh my.
She told him that he could not marry her unless... All right, this is the next question. What did he have to do to marry her? Option 1, cook some porridge for me auntie's wee laddie. Option 2, fetch a golden cup out of a cave. Option 3, compete and win in a foot race. Option 4, kill a monster fairy in fairyland. Kill a monster fairy in fairyland.
A monster fairy in fairyland. I've gone with option 1, porridge.
Okay.
I caught this. It's the foot race, and yes,
it's the foot
it's the
guy.
foot race.
Oh, because he's still around. I forgot. He still has everybody there.
Isaac's right. It's the foot race.
His whole
Let's
posse.
go.
All right. So the son of the King of Ireland could not marry her until he won in a foot race. So it was like her runner must compete against his runner.
Good
So-
thing he has the one-legged man.
Each runner
The three-legged.
Each runner was to be given 3 empty bottles. They must fetch healing balm out of a well that's all the way in the Western world. So they have to run all the way to the Western world, fill up the bottles, and come back. The first person to come back with all 3 full bottles wins. If her runner was to get back with the healing balm first, then the son of the King of Ireland's head was forfeit.
Okay.
So her runner was an old hag.
Nice.
And of course, the son of the King of Ireland's runner was the man with 1 foot on his shoulder. So they begin the race, and soon it was evident that the son of the King of Ireland's footman was much faster than the old hag.
No wonder.
It seems like she played her cards wrong there.
Yeah. So she was not even halfway to the well before the footman was already passing her on his way back from the well.
Classic footman.
But the
Not
old
even a fair race. An elderly woman against a man with 3 legs.
It's not over yet. You got to see what happens. So the old hag says to the footman, "Sit down, rest a while, for the pair are already married now. There's no point in exhausting yourself running."
It's a tortoise and the hare situation.
Then the old hag brought over a horse's head with a pin of sleep under it. That just
That
comes
she
up
just
a lot.
She just happened to have on her.
And when the footman laid down, he was soon fast asleep.
No, a 3-legged man.
However, the old hag was a liar.
No
She
wonder.
poured out his full bottles onto the ground and then continued the race.
No.
If he wakes up, he can still win. I'm just going to say that.
However, the short green man was perplexed that their runner was a long time coming. So he asked the earman, the man who was listening to grass grow, he asked him to listen and to see if any runner was approaching. The earman put his ear to the ground, and he said, "I can hear the hag a-coming, but I hear our footman snoring." Now, the short green man had a plan for what they would do. He instructed the gunman to aim and shoot the horse's head out from under the head of the footman with the pin of sleep under it. And so the gunman did as was instructed.
Wait. How did the hag... She plants the pin of sleep under this horse head, goes up to this guy and is like, "Hey, you should take a rest.
On this
Here.
horse head
Here's a pillow for you."
that I brought.
That I just, was carrying with me.
Maybe she just you look at her, she's a hag, she has a horse head. Like, this is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Who's
And
the
Ireland is weird.
That's the one thing we get from this story.
Right. Incredible shot by the gunman also.
Yeah, incredible shot. So yeah. So he shoots the horse head out from under the footman. So the pin of slumber is knocked out from under him.
Incredible.
The footman, he wakes up and he realizes that his bottles are empty. And so he's like, "Oh, I got to run back to the well to fill them up again."
Can he fight the hag? This is the question we need to answer.
We'll see. Then the little green man told the man who had been blowing the windmill with one nostril to blow the hag back as she was approaching to keep her from getting to the finish. So it's good. You keep.
Oh
keep
my
her back.
goodness, this is so good.
And this happens like over and over as she's like approaching.
It
He just blows
he's
her
blowing her
back again.
Because the footman's still
Cheating.
coming. He's on his way. Yeah, this does seem like a violation of some of the rules.
So he
She
kept
did it first.
he kept doing
True,
this
true.
with one nostril, but at last he blew with two nostrils and swept her all the way back to the western world.
Oh my gosh.
Now the footman had returned with the full bottles by this time, and as he crossed the finish, the gang rejoiced. But when the lady heard this, that her runner had lost, she was very angry.
Was she not paying attention this whole time?
She was just looking full into
This
it.
was an oversight on her part.
Then she said to the son of the king of Ireland, "You cannot marry me until you have." All right. What did he have to do before he could marry her? Option 1, walk 3 miles on a road made of sharp needles. Option 2, swim through a lake of fire. Option 3, eat a full plate of bugs. Option 4, balance a pig on the head of a pin.
Where does one even obtain a road of needles? I'm going with the pin and pig.
Dang.
Pig pin. Pig.
I was gonna say the same.
We're on
what
the
was-
same wavelength here.
Number 2 or 3.
Option 2 is swim through a lake of fire. Option 3 is eat a plate of bugs.
Not 3, not 1. If it's not 4, which I think it is, then it's probably 2.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
It is option 1.
No way.
What?
Walk
The
3
road of
miles on a
needles.
road made of sharp needles. Yeah,
Use
so
the slippers.
that's the challenge. And wouldn't you know it, she just so happened to have a road made of needles.
Wow, lying around. That's what it does.
And the needles were as thick as
lady's
blades of
crazy.
grass.
As
Yeah.
thick as blades of grass.
Oh.
If he lays down, I guess it's 3 miles. Never mind. I was gonna say he could just kind of spread his weight out, but he's got a while to go.
All right. Now, the short green man had a plan for this too. This guy's got a plan for everything.
He's literally the MVP. Little Green Man is clutching up right now.
Yeah. He said to the man who they found breaking stones with the side of his thigh that he should go and blunt those needles.
With his thighs.
The man then went on the needles with one of his thighs and blunted them.
I don't even
How do
know
you do-
how you do that.
Then he went on them with both thighs and he made the needles into powder.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Then the son of the king of Ireland came and walked down the road. And so he finally got his wife.
Who is a horrible person,
Yeah.
and why did he continue
Why
this?
does he
by the way?
want to marry?
She's probably going to kill him in his sleep immediately.
Well, there's more to the story.
There's no way.
Of course.
So, if you remember the agreement, the short green man was to have the first kiss of his wife
The insane
in return
agreement.
for his help. But this, in the end, also turned out for the better. For as soon as the short green man kissed the woman, snakes came out of the woman.
Holy
They
cow.
were deadly, poisonous snakes that would have killed the son of the king of Ireland
He
when
should
he
have seen
went to
this
sleep
coming.
with his wife. However, the little green man picked the snakes out of the woman. Then he said to the son of the king of Ireland, "You may now go with your wife."
Wait. They're sleeping together, right?
Not the...
That what just happened? They were sleeping together and the little green man's there.
No.
No. He kissed her, and then she turned into freaking snakes.
I just heard something.
So he picks
Right.
the snakes out of her and is like, "Okay, now she's safe. Now you can go sleep with your wife." Yeah.
Well, so the little green man has teleportation slippers, a cap of invisibility, a sword that can cut through anything. He can grow to the size of a castle, and he's immune to poison. I want to know more about the little green man.
Yep. All right. So you're gonna get your answer.
Okay, good. It's the King of Ireland.
The short green man revealed that he was actually the man in the coffin that day at the funeral.
Who got buried because of the pounds he paid.
He was the man to whom the king's son had paid the 10 pounds. And so he's like, "I'm going to help this guy because he helped pay my debts. And also
He's a
the others
zombie.
who were with him, the gunman, the earman, the footman, the blowman, and the guy who could break stones with his thigh were all servants that God had sent him.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's
Oh,
kind
my
of
word.
ambiguous. Are they angels?
Who's to say at
With
this point?
strange superpowers.
Mhm.
Oddly specific angels.
Then the short green man left with all the other servants, never to be seen again by the son of the king of Ireland. Then
No.
he went to his wife, and they lived a happy life together.
Did
Did
they?
they?
Are we sure
Yeah.
about that? The snakes. It was the snakes the whole time. She was full of snakes.
Yeah.
Once the snakes were gone, she's like, "Oh, I'm a normal person again." Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a psychopath who doesn't know how to make good games.
So I think he was a zombie. That's what it sounds like. He was just a little green dude who couldn't die.
Just shriveled up human.
Yeah.
Turned green.
See, guys, when you bury someone, they come back as a magical being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take note.
Yeah, so that's the end of this
Wow,
story.
that was
That
incredible.
was a wild
honestly.
story.
Yeah, it took a long time as well.
That was very good.
I don't
Yeah.
know if we're going to get to all the stories today.
We're almost at the end, actually.
Yeah.
Let's
do one more.
Okay,
Let's do one
we
more.
might be able to fit in one more.
Okay.
All right, this one is called St. Patrick and Crom Dub. It's going to be so hard to not say Crom Dum,
Crom Dum.
but his name is Crom Dub.
Crom Dub.
This one is significantly shorter.
Okay.
In the days before St. Patrick came to Ireland, there was a man named Crom Dub. He was the chieftain in the county of Mayo,
Nice.
which is in the lower country. He was an evil man who caused great grief to the people.
Boo.
He was selfish, and his black heart often drove him to violence.
He is Crom Dum.
He had two sons named, I'm going to butcher these names, Tediac and Clonac. These sons were more evil than their father.
Wow.
In addition, Crom Dub had two dogs, one named Coinlotar and the other Saidthi Shiraghi.
Butchering the crap out of it.
I don't think I need to speak Gaelic.
They were great
so-
mastiffs. Crom Dub used to set these dogs against anyone who would approach his house. These dogs would chase them to the edge of a nearby cliff. However, he had a great fire kindled on the edge of the cliff. If anyone in the surrounding country did not pay him his due, he would throw them into the fire. Although there were many plots devised to kill Crom Dub, all of them were unsuccessful. So question 1, how did Crom Dub avoid death? Option 1, he had a werewolf assassin that would kill anyone in his way.
Wow.
Option 2, he had a fairy sweetheart that taught him magic. Option 3, he had a stepmother who was a witch. Option 4, he had a magic girdle that made him invisible when worn.
I really hope it's not the fairy lover. I'm gonna go with the witchy. What was it? Stepmother. I
Okay.
think that's.
I think he has a magic girdle.
You're both wrong.
No,
It was the fairy sweetheart
No!
that taught him magic.
not the
Dang.
fairy girlfriend.
And so by this, he was able to avoid all danger to himself.
Wow.
However, the time came when St. Patrick began to go throughout all of Ireland,
W. St.
and he began baptizing many people in the lower country. And he began to hear stories about this infamous man named Crom Dub, a monstrous villain and a terror to the community. Now, St. Patrick had a mind to pay this Crom Dub a visit. The people had hoped that a man of God wielding the power of the Almighty could stop this fiend. One day, St. Patrick made a journey to Crom Dub's house. As he was approaching, he went unnoticed by Crom Dub at first because why didn't Crom Dub notice St. Patrick coming? Option 1, he was taking a dump. Option 2, he was brewing a potion. Option 3, he was wrestling with his son. Option 4, he was canoodling with his fairy sweetheart.
No, not the fairy sweetheart canoodle. I'm trying to avoid that answer, so I'm actually gonna go with the potion. That seems like the magic aspect that we were talking about.
Okay.
What was the second option?
That the potion was the second option.
Oh, what was the first option?
Taking a dump,
What's the third one?
wrestling with his son.
And then canoodling. Combusting.
I'll go with canoodling.
Yeah.
You're both wrong. He was wrestling with his son.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, he was having a good old wrestling match with one of his sons.
Classic. Father-son moment.
However, one of his dogs, Saidthi Shiregi, soon started barking and running after St. Patrick. The other dogs soon joined in, and now both dogs were in hot pursuit. The dog spouted fire, or both dogs spouted fire out of their mouths while their eyes shone with blue light.
That's cool.
As they reached St. Patrick, what did the demon dogs do next? Option 1, they killed St. Patrick. Option 2, their mouths were stopped, Daniel style.
Nice.
Option 3, St. Patrick breathed fire at them.
Yo.
Fight fire with fire. Option 4, he scared them away with the sign of the cross.
I have the power of God on my side. I'm going with that one. He scared him away with the sign of the cross.
Okay, what do you think, Isaac?
Number 2 is he stopped them. I'm going to do that.
Okay, you're right.
Ah.
He stopped their mouths, Daniel style. So, as they were about to attack him, he commanded their mouths to be shut. Soon the personality of the dogs completely changed to a friendly demeanor.
Very nice.
Their tails wagged at St. Patrick as he petted them. With his newfound friends, St. Patrick continued to make his way to Crom Dub's house. But Crom Dub, enraged, ran up to St. Patrick, intending to throw him into the fire that was there. However, St. Patrick did something. What did St. Patrick do next? Option 1, he baptized Crom Dub with fire.
Wow.
Option 2, he threw a stone onto the fire. Option 3, he gave himself up to the flames as a martyr.
Wow.
Option 4, he prayed that a great torrent of rain would come and put out the fire.
Rain. It's got to be the rain.
I would say rain 2.
You're both wrong.
No, I was about to say. But what was the 1 or 2?
1 is he baptized Crom Dub with fire.
2?
He threw a stone at the fire.
2. I think it's 2.
I'd like to change my answer.
Yeah, that's the one, but I kind of already gave it away. But I'll give it to you.
Wahoo!
All right.
I did much better with the King of Islands.
He actually did. So he signed the sign of the cross on the stone, and he threw it into the middle of the fire and put it out. Not only did it put out the fire, but like it created a great pit where the fire once was that exists until this day.
Ah.
Then St. Patrick talked with Crom Dub for a long while, intending to turn him from his wicked ways and be baptized.
Okay.
However, Crom Dub would not listen to any of the words of St. Patrick. Crom Dub tried all the devilry and witchcraft he could on St. Patrick, but none of it was effective. In response, St. Patrick... And then, what did St. Patrick do next?
Now he's going to baptize him in fire.
Option 1, he summoned a whirlwind that took Crom Dub and his house away. Option 2, he caused a flood to come out of the pit which washed Crom Dub away. Option 3, he broke a piece off of the cliff where his house was and made it into an island. Option 4, he caused a great ravine to open up in the earth, which swallowed Crom Dub's house.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. That last one is like Chorus Rebellion style.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to go with that because we had the Daniel reference earlier. I'm going to go with the ravine.
Okay. What do you think, Isaac?
I'm going to say the whirlwind.
You're both wrong.
Is it the flood from the pit?
No, it's
wow.
He broke a piece off of the cliff where his house was and basically threw it into the sea with the power of God.
Wow.
And made it into an island.
Talk about moving mountains.
Yeah, so with a stroke of St. Patrick's staff, he just broke the piece of the cliff off where his house was, and that became an island. So now Crom Dub and his son, who was there wrestling with him, would be stuck on that island until they died.
Incredible.
However, Crom Dub's other son, Clonac, came back to find out what had happened. And then, what did Clonac do? Option 1, he repented of his sins and was baptized. Option 2, he set the mountain on fire.
The bad ending.
Option 3, he called for the fairy sweetheart.
Oh, the
Option
weird ending.
4, he turned into the fairy sweetheart.
The weirder ending? What is this? I'd like the good ending, please. The conversion and baptism.
Okay.
I think option 2, he set the mountain on fire.
You're right, Isaac. He set the mountain on fire. Yeah. They really like fire.
Yeah.
They really like fire.
So, Clonach, being sorely afraid of St. Patrick, set the whole mountain on fire. But while St. Patrick was unharmed by the fire, Clonach was burnt to a crisp by the own fire that he set.
Dang, Clonach.
So St. Patrick returned to the town. When the townspeople heard of what St. Patrick did, there was great rejoicing. And there were many people baptized and had the seal of Christ put on their foreheads by St. Patrick. And they bowed down and said great prayers of thankfulness to God on account of what had happened. The end.
Wow. That was wonderful.
Wow. Goodbye. Whatever's dub.
Crom dum.
Crom dumb.
But yeah.
That was good. That was
very
great.
good.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. Our points. It was a close game. It was a very close game. It still is a close game. I was losing by like 4 points the entire time
Oh.
until the end.
From dumb did me in.
It's 8-7. I know, and I won.
I was doing so well with the son of the King of Ireland too.
Mm.
You were.
Oh well, that was good.
It was
That
a streak
good.
where neither of us were getting anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you win, Isaac.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank
A
you.
worthy battle.
Thank you.
There are more stories, so I don't know if you guys want to, like, we can totally do a part 2 if you want,
Possibly.
because I have more already set up. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
possibly.
is
We'll talk
enough
about
for this
it.
episode, so that we could have a round 2. So maybe you could come back.
And redeem my lead.
But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this game with you guys.
This was great. Thank you.
Glad to have you, Jacob, as a new guest to the Fairy Tavern.
Woohoo.
But
I love it here. It's great.
yeah, so that's about all we've got going on.
Yeah.
So.
Great episode. Very fun. So we have done, let's think. We've done our first 4 of our opening, trying to get out what the genres of literature that we're trying to cover. We started with Beowulf. We did 2 episodes on that, and then we did Birch's poem by Robert Frost, and then we did Heart of Darkness. And now we have finished with our mythology section, which is Henry Glassey's Irish Folklore. For the next books that we're doing, we're starting our old ancient literature / mythology. We're going straight into that, and we're just going to do as many books as we can think about and want to read out of that section. And I know we got lined up like the Iliad and the Odyssey and the Epic of Gilgamesh, and then eventually
Very cool.
Journey to the West, and maybe the Mabinogion, and a bunch of other stuff like that.
Yeah, and who knows? There might be some other random episodes.
Okay.
But that's our plan right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But again, we're now using 2 microphones.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness. It took so long to get this set up because I don't know how to do this. And yeah, if the audio doesn't sound too good, well, it's our first episode using 2 mics. So have grace. But also, please leave any sort of comment about like what we could fix, what we could do better.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys on what you think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Thanks for coming.
Farewell, travelers.
Farewell.
Till I see thee again in the Fairy Tavern.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.